Welcome back to Mesh Talk with NickiiJean. And today I have a friend. I have a friend that I have been friends with her for over 8 years. We met through social media, I feel like, but Chanelle...
We're still trying to figure that out.
Yeah, maybe by the end of the show we'll figure it out. But Chanelle Renee, welcome.
Thank you
to the show. Okay, let me just turn around because I'm just very happy to see you. Okay, so I want to talk about like all the things. I haven't seen you in literally 8 years, I feel like. Yeah. So we want to talk about where you're from, what you're working on, what you have worked on. Let's start from there. Where are you from? Born and raised.
Born and raised. Well, I'm a Southern babe. Southern chick, honey. So I'm from Mississippi.
Oh, MISS, ISSS, IPPI.
So yeah, I grew up in Jackson, Mississippi. Okay. Then I moved here to LA about 8 years ago, and I never looked back.
Yeah. Okay, so what made you move to LA first of all?
Well, so in Jackson, I pretty much hit the ceiling point of what I can do there.
Okay.
I worked in a field where I was pretty much the only person doing what I do.
Okay.
I worked in a photography studio for a while, so I was a creative director for about 5 years. And then I branched off and started my project, and then started creating events and fashion shows and all these different things. No one was doing that. There's absolutely no fashion industry in Mississippi.
Okay.
So when I pretty much became like the Tyra Banks of Mississippi.
That's my friend. Okay.
Which I loved. It was great being a big fish in a small pond, but for me, it just wasn't enough.
Okay.
So I decided I needed a challenge. And the challenge for me was to pack up my bags and drive to Los Angeles.
Right.
And I did that.
Wow. Like literally drove, not a flight, like
literally drove.
How long was the drive?
The drive was almost 2 days. And getting through Arizona, feel like you want to just pull your hair out.
By yourself?
It's the worst.
You came by yourself?
Oh, no, I actually came with a friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So both of you guys came to move together to...
well, my friend came to travel with me, but I came by myself, basically.
And then did they fly back? Or
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so why LA?
Well, Los Angeles to me is like a dream place.
Okay.
To me, it felt like somewhere that was very challenging. It's huge. There's a lot of people. There's so many opportunities. Of course, the weather is amazing.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I'm going to move anywhere, I need to go somewhere that I don't know anyone first.
Okay.
And somewhere where I feel like I can really push myself.
Okay.
So I'm here.
Okay. So let's go back to Mississippi. You were producing events. You said that you had a project. Let's talk about this project. What was the project?
Yes. So I started my project because I started modeling first.
Okay.
And my project is a modeling and fashion organization.
Okay.
So when I started modeling, there was no one that I was able to look up to. There was no one that I can get advice from.
In Mississippi.
Right. And no one that I can just reach out to. I'm like, hey, I don't know what to do.
Right.
Who do I network with? How do I get started? So when I started modeling, I started like traveling all over the place and shooting with all these photographers and working with so many brands. Yeah. And this was literally before influencers became a thing.
That's a thing now.
Right. It was way before that. Yeah. So when I did that, a lot of like potential models or people who were inspiring to get into the field in Mississippi, they was like, how are you doing all of this? Like, can you tell me? Can you guide me? Can you lead me? And my background is I have a degree in psychology. Okay. So I felt that was a way for me to utilize that. Yeah.
Never knew that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I have a degree in psychology.
Okay.
And I just became a self-proclaimed mentor first. So I decided to start giving advice and I wrote a blog about how to get started in modeling.
Amazing.
And every time someone would ask me for advice, I would basically just refer them to the blog. But then it got bigger. Like, people didn't just want advice.
Right.
They then wanted to
want the recipe.
They wanted the recipe, honey.
They want the recipe.
Exactly. So they started asking me like, oh, well, how do you, do castings? Or how do you walk? Like, how do I do these fashion shows? And then I became a model coach. Like, just out of the blue. It wasn't something that I just said, oh, this is what I wanted. Right. It just kind of happened.
Yeah.
So I decided, okay, I'm going to take my mentoring and actually apply it and help. Okay. Like, physically help. So I started the Chanelle Renee Project.
Oh, that's my friend. Chanelle Renee Project. Yes,
and
guys.
My project, I've helped thousands of aspiring models.
I have seen your work.
Thank
know.
you.
This is how we met, through the Chanelle Renee Project. So please break down, what is the Chanelle Renee Project? Like,
Yeah, so the Chanelle Renee Project is a fashion and modeling organization. So it's for creatives like me, creatives who are models, but then also have so much more to offer. They may be multifaceted in multiple different ways. So I help connect creatives together in the fashion and modeling community.
Okay.
So my main thing is it's almost like a tier system. So one part is, yes, I'm a model coach. And then the other part is I produce fashion events that I bring people together in mixers.
Right.
So the fashion mixers basically have a fashion show where I showcase a designer or a stylist.
Yep.
And then I put together an event for them and then also have all these networking opportunities with creatives. And then aside from that, I produce fashion shows myself. So I've done a lot of different, I can't even count.
No, I know the resume. I know.
I can't count how many fashion shows I've been a part of and that I've produced. So backstage coordinating is a part of my organization. And overall mentoring, I think at the end of the day, it's just really important to have someone that you can really connect with, you can ask questions and who's someone you trust. So I've always wanted to be that person that people can trust.
Right.
So when I give you advice on something, it's not just, any random thing. It's because of my personal experience as a model, my experience of working behind the scenes in the fashion industry, and combining those two to create this recipe to really help as much as I can.
It's the recipe for me. Yes. I mean, this is honestly like how I met you, and that was what like drew me towards you. Like, whoa, who is this Black beautiful woman like doing all the things, and she's not even from,
Stop.
I don't know who this is, like, no, I think that's kind of like where it started for me. Like, I wanted to know like what you're doing. Okay, so we've moved from Mississippi to LA. What was that? What was the hardest part of transitioning?
Oh my gosh. So the hardest part was reality. So in Mississippi, like I said, I was a big fish in a small pond. So I was the one that was getting it done. When I came to LA, no one cared.
Because everybody's doing it. You're not the only one.
Yeah, you're from Mississippi.
On top of that, like...
Right, like, and you did what in Mississippi? Oh, they're cute little projects. So
but listen, I know that, but I saw you do all the things. So like, that doesn't matter, right?
Real. I asked God for a challenge, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, challenge me, because I can go to Atlanta.
Exactly.
Atlanta would have been easy for me. I was like, I want a challenge. So coming to LA was just so different. And I guess I came with the expectation that everyone will already kind of be familiar, but coming here and realizing that, oh, well, no one's really familiar with what I've created.
Right.
And I pretty much had to start over. So that was the most challenging thing for me.
Would you do it again?
Oh, 100%.
Really?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So run me through the first day landing in California.
Well,
what was that like? Oh, you drove.
I drove here.
Driving to what was that like?
It was so surreal. I felt goosebumps. Like I knew I was supposed to be in LA.
Did you already have the housing and stuff? Because that's important.
I know. Well, I had a space, yes. So basically I had a friend who I've known for like 13 years now.
Okay.
And he said, oh, we have a room available if you want to come move in. And literally that was like 1 month before I decided to move.
So where did the funds come to?
Honey, I didn't have the funds.
So you moved from Mississippi with no job, right? No job in but said, yes, I'm going to do this.
Yes.
And then how were you able to afford?
So my first job, actually, I started working for this event organization because my background was so much heavy in events.
Okay.
So I started working for this event organization, which they do one fashion show a month. That was literally my dream job.
Okay.
And then we did events in West Hollywood, and I got keys to the city, basically. So I started networking with all these people, and I really just became who I was asking to become when I come to LA. I started working with Fashion Week here, like all the Fashion Weeks. There's about 8 of them.
Listen, I've known you for a long time. I've seen you. So
I started doing like the backstage coordinating for the Fashion Weeks and the model coaching for the Fashion Weeks. And I became who I was back in Jackson super quick. So it was really...
Because you were born. That is what you were called to do.
Right, yeah.
You just needed a new location, it sounds like. So.
Yeah. And then after that, I started working for Nick Cannon. So I became his social media manager. And I
didn't want to say it, but you said
right?
it. So.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Which was really challenging on its own, too. Because I was like, me doing events is one thing. But then because I have a background in branding... that just took me to a different level because this is a different level of branding. It's not just like...
Globally, you're having a conversation. This is not just Mississippi, LA. No, you're globally communicating with the creatives.
Exactly. So. And that was a totally different beast for me.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
What would you say would be the most challenging part of that?
It was really just navigating all these different things that he does because I am busy on my own with all of my own personal projects. But if you look at someone like Nick Cannon, he does 50 million things.
How did you find the balance?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out now because I don't know. I think it just grew me. Yeah. It groomed and grew me and let me see that I can handle more than I thought I can handle.
For sure. Okay. So we're going to have some fun.
Okay.
So I know I've never, ever been coached by you. And I'm just like, gosh,
I don't need the coaching.
I know, but like, real. I'm just saying like.
You don't need
that,
it.
But that is something that every model entrepreneur wants, right? Like I wish that when I first started that there was someone guiding me. We had to go through all these crazy obstacles to be who we are today. And that's our journey. But like, I want to be coached by Chanelle Renee today.
Okay.
I mean, and I know we don't have the runway and all the things, but like, I want to know, like, okay, what are the tips that, you know, we bring into the castings, the photo shoots? Like, I want to just get that experience. And we can't do the runway, but I want to just kind of...
That would be fun to do a runway coaching.
For sure. Because my short self, I don't even know how I am able to be on the runway.
I love working with the shorties.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't underestimate us.
Ever.
But okay, so I really want to just get a snippet of Coach Chanelle Renee. I don't know what that looks like. Even if it's speaking on the camera, if it's me posing, like I just want to kind of get a little feel.
Well, let's do it.
Okay.
All right. So first of all, you look amazing.
Thanks, girl.
So I would say like if we were doing a photo shoot tip.
Okay.
My main tip for photo shoots is models have to remember to create elaborate shapes.
Okay.
The shape that you want to create is a triangle. So if you think about it, every time you pose, you want to make triangle shapes. So you want to do a triangle with your arms, create that shape there. Okay. And then just to kind of make it more dynamic, you can also create the triangle with your legs. So if you're, unfortunately, we can't stand, I can show you.
Okay.
So if you're standing, how do you want to create a more dynamic pose than just standing still? Okay. Maybe you can create like, turn your ankle in to create that sideways triangle,
right? My dress
is
kind of short, but.
Right, yeah. So, or if we're sitting here, we could sit in this chair, right?
Okay.
So you could bring one leg up, and that's creating this triangle. Oh, I'm sorry, you're wearing
it's not going to happen.
So,
but, you know.
Yeah, you're going to keep your legs closed.
Yeah.
But then also, like you did, you just put your hand here and over it, and that's creating another shape triangle.
So it's
and
all
then
about
when you
the
put
shapes.
when you put your hand there, another triangle. You see, you have multiple triangle shapes that's giving you lots of angles, and it looks like a very dynamic pose.
Okay.
So that's a really good pose for you. So I would say...
Did I get it?
Remember to create triangles.
Triangles. So we create shapes with our body.
Exactly.
For sure. What about someone that's an MC? What tip do you...
On stage, it's all confidence.
Okay.
100% confidence. A lot of times people don't realize, like, people can read confidence as soon as you walk in the room. Okay. So you have to practice just that self-talk first, because I always tell people when I'm doing my coaching, I can teach you how to walk, I can teach you how to pose, but your confidence is going to have to come from you. So it's the self-talk. So
what does that look like? No, I mean, same, I hear you. Like, but what does that look like? Do I go into the mirror and I'm just like, Nikki, get it together? Like how, what's the self-talk look like?
Yeah, that's what it is. Oh. It's going into the mirror. It's literally like, what I do is I record affirmations on my phone. Oh. I actually record my voice speaking and saying what it is that I want to hear back to myself. Okay. So for instance, I will say maybe a 10 list affirmations that I write. So it'll be, I am beautiful. I am confident. I am worthy. I am successful. I am rich because we want that
speaking
money.
It into existence.
Okay?
Yes.
Speaking into existence.
Yes.
And honestly, your words create your reality.
Okay.
So the more you speak what you want, the more that it's going to attract to you. And whether you believe it or not, it's still true. So your thoughts create things, your words create your reality. So you have to speak what you want into existence. So confidence, MC, anything in life. This isn't just modeling, fashion, it's anything in life. It all deals with your own personal confidence.
How do you build confidence?
So you build confidence by the self-talk.
Okay.
One of my favorite things to do is to teach people confidence.
Okay.
Because I realized that like more so just as a mentor, as, you know, having my degree and all these different things, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I just want to help. And what I've realized at the core of it all is people really lack that confidence. So I love teaching it.
Yeah.
But one thing that I would do is start with the affirmations. And I know that sounds so redundant because we hear it all the time, but it's 100% true.
Because people don't practice it. That's
People
the
don't
thing.
practice
We talk
it.
about it all the time, but like, what are you really practicing?
You have to
in your
practice what
alone
you're
time?
saying to yourself.
Words
and then
are
also
powerful.
you have to not really worry about what other people think about you because you have to live in your own skin. So you have to like you more than anything. You have to like you. So don't worry about what someone else is saying or what someone else is doing. Focus on you. Focus on what's happening inside. No one else can live in your skin. So,
honestly, I'm just receiving all the nuggets, okay? Like, I'm receiving all the nuggets. I think it's also easier said than done, but it's like, as you said, it's cliche, but like, it's like the reality
It is.
of, you know, what helps build. Okay, so we've left Mississippi, we've came to LA to do all the things. What was the hardest part about transitioning?
I actually went into a very long 3-year phase of anxiety and
LA.
Depression. Yes, as soon as I got here. Yeah.
Booked and busy. This woman has been booked and busy. Just so you know, there's no downtime since you've stepped into California.
Yeah, that's it's actually a little struggle for me to really talk about, but I decided to open up and let people know on social media that I struggled with that about 2 weeks ago. Oh. Because no one knew. Like,
because how your resume is ridiculous.
No one knew.
So.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was always so busy, always running on the go and on the go. So no one knew. But I wanted to have a human heart-to-heart conversation with people and let them know, look, all of this seems great, but I also went through this period of darkness. Right. And then I had to get myself out of that period. Right. So, but I feel like going through that really just will help me to help other people go through it.
I agree.
So I feel like I went through it and got out of it so that I can have that experience in a way so that I know what it's like if someone else is in it.
First of all, thank you for sharing that. Yeah. I'm going to dig a little deeper though. I want to, you want
to dig in there?
I do, just a little bit, the psychology aspect of me. Okay, so depression, or not depression, anxiety, what does that look like? What did that look like for you?
Well, okay, so I think what the problem is, like, a lot of creatives deal with this, but we don't openly say it.
Okay.
Because we are so wired on doing, creatives, we do a project, right? Or we create something, or we're involved with something. And then we toss it to the side and move on to the next thing. Like, we never really take time to be like, oh, this is something great that we did. Right. We always want to like, okay, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? That creates a level of anxiety on its own. So I feel like a lot of times we need to just sit back and sit still for a second and allow our thoughts to let us know that everything is going to be okay and we don't have to rush to the next thing. And I think it's more so a creative thing because even when I talk to other people who work in the creative field, they all run through anxiety too. And I think we just don't give ourselves that grace period.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
I definitely can agree. Yeah. So, okay, what type of interventions do you think that you were able to implement to help you get through that? Besides taking a break. Yes, we hear taking a break, but like, we want to dig deep. Like, what did you do to get through these moments?
First, I want to say I'm so glad you're speaking about this because I think it's so important. And thank you for like pulling this out So,
You know.
I think for me, what I did was I learned how to meditate.
Oh,
Yeah.
Girl. Okay. Yes. I hear you. 100%.
I learned how to meditate. I learned how to go within.
Okay.
And quiet out the noise of everything else. So once I learned how to meditate, that really just helped 100%. And I try to meditate every day for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Because that's like we will have this rush of thoughts. Like it's hard for our mind to be quiet. But when you learn to meditate, you learn how to take away this anxious feeling. So sometimes I feel like my jaws are clenched. And then in my mind, I'm like, okay, unclench your jaws. Relax your body. Everything's okay. Like I take a 10-second break. Relax your body. I have to remind myself that. But I learned that through meditating. So I think that's one thing that can help a lot.
I love that.
Through that.
I agree with you 100%. I just like tapped into meditating and I'm just like next level. Yeah. It's like food for thought. It's just, yeah, I'm here for that. Is. Okay. Okay. So meditating and any other tips?
Well, yeah, definitely meditation. I also make sure that I used to like carry crystals, but not too much anymore.
I'm learning this life. Okay, yes. Let's talk about crystals.
Like, I just talk to God at the end of the day.
Hey, God. Right. How you doing? Yeah.
Right. I always take it back to the source. Yeah. So, but yeah, I definitely think meditation for sure is what the main thing that will help get through. Yeah.
I love that. I agree with you 100%. This is my first year of meditating and it's a game changer.
It is a game changer. It is. Sure. And I will also recommend meditation for anyone who's dealing with any level of anxiety.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. So do you like host meditation? Are we creating a new business right now? So like, what does meditation look like for you? Is it you waking up in the morning and you're following an app, or do you go to different like venues here in LA? Like, let's talk about it.
Actually, how I learned is from visualization. Okay. Because it's hard for me to shut my mind off. Okay. And that's almost not going to happen. Yeah. So I just visualize. So I will start with closing my eyes and envision myself in a dark room. And then I see a white light anywhere in the room. It could be over me, it could be in the distance. And then I go to that white light. And then from there, there's a door and then other things start happening. But I feel like sometimes when we say, okay, meditate, quiet your mind, that's hard to do.
It's easier said than done.
It's easier said than done. So I feel like if you really meditate in visualization, where you close your eyes and you imagine a white light and then let your mind just wander into whatever happens next, then that will help to calm your nerves. Okay. Yeah.
I'm here for that. Honestly, I just like tapped into meditating and I'm still learning crystals and things of that nature, but I definitely think that it's a form of communicating with yourself. Within,
absolutely.
Right? So,
you always want to look inward.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Wow, friend.
Ooh, we went deep, honey.
I know. Okay. Okay. We went through our, coaching. Listen, you were on a new show.
Oh gosh.
Can we talk about it, please? Because that man was fine. No, guy, okay, let's talk about it. Can we just talk? Okay, let's talk about the show, and then we talk about the man. And my friend is beautiful, so like, of course, but like, let's talk about it.
All right.
So let's tell everyone, what's the show? What show were you on recently?
Y'all, so I thought I was ready for love.
Oh, you're not ready for love? No?
I am ready for love.
Are you ready?
So I went on a dating show.
Okay.
It was a little bit interesting for me. The show is called After Happily Ever After.
Okay.
It airs on BET. It's actually out now. The season finale is coming out on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
So I did this dating show, and I actually went on a date with this man who I had a crush on.
Can we talk? Wait. Can I just break it?
Okay. Yep. So when I went on the show, I had no idea who was the cast.
Okay.
Of course, they didn't tell you. They don't tell anyone anything. You just show up, right?
Wait, the show is called
After Happily Ever After.
After Happily Ever After.
Right.
What does that mean?
Okay, so basically it's divorcees. So the ex couple is looking for someone for their ex. So let's say you are looking for someone for your ex-husband.
So you want me to go on a show with my ex and help him find love,
that's
even though he was trash?
Yeah, that's what it was.
No. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
But also, I didn't know that's what the show was either. Okay, I can't talk too much about that. I know. But
America.
I didn't know what was happening.
Okay.
So didn't know the cast, didn't know the show. I just signed my life away for what? Just to go find love.
Well, I mean, because we can't find it on
Exactly.
our own
It's
sometimes.
LA. It's hard to date here.
LA.
I need some help. So anyway, I went and did this show, and I ended up dating this guy who went viral famous 8 years ago.
This man is fine.
For his mugshot that went viral.
Guys, we're going to pull the mugshot up right here where my finger is. We're going to pull. This man is immaculate.
He's beautiful. Like literally beautiful.
Jesus.
So
did a thing. Yeah.
His ex-wife chose me to date him.
Okay.
Because they have to interview the girls.
Okay.
And she was like, oh, you're going to fit in perfect with my ex-husband. First, I didn't know who her ex-husband was.
But you met the wife.
I met the wife. I had no idea who her ex-husband was.
Baby.
So
ain't no way.
When she paired me with him, I was like, oh, I'm good with this.
Right. Because you saw what...
Yes. I was like, wait, because
Once again, the picture is going to be right here. You're going to see
who
this man is.
Everyone wanted him when he went viral.
I said, take me to jail. Sign
Exactly.
I'm going.
Everyone wanted him. So, of course, I was like, oh, okay, I'm cool with this. And honestly, I'm going to be 100% real with you. This man is such a great person.
Because he looks scary. He looked fine. But
yeah. And, he do have that record when he, went to jail and all of that. That was his history. But he just kind of evolved into this really peaceful, spiritual, loving, caring, understanding, perfect.
Hey, friend.
type of person.
Okay.
And he has such a genuine spirit, and I feel like it connected really well with me. And that would have been a perfect, beautiful, match made in heaven if you just watched the show and see what happened. I know,
because that's what I wanted to know. So, what happened? We don't get no tea.
Just watch the show.
It's out right now.
It's out right now.
And
you see what happened and what
we can't talk about nothing else. That's it. That's all I got.
That's all I got for you,
Dang.
sis. Sorry, but basically, I have nothing but good news. I have nothing but good things to say about him. He's an amazing guy.
You know what? Yeah. You chose the
no
high
ring
road.
On the finger.
No ring.
No,
on the
finger. I could say this. Okay, I could say this because this is public facts.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
He is polyamorous. I am
what does
not
that mean?
Polyamorous.
Can you let the world know what does that mean? What does that mean?
Polyamorous is basically, from my understanding, is a person who is in a multiple relationship with multiple people.
It's a no.
And
it's a no.
It's a no for me.
It's a no.
I don't want you to have me
Kudos
and
to you.
several
it's
other.
No.
So that's it's not gonna work for me. I know me.
Is he what religion? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know if it's a religion thing.
I know.
I was
just trying to help. I was
choice.
trying to help.
Yeah.
See, a man that fine, just no.
Exactly. I mean, he has options, and keep your options. I get it.
I don't like that.
Yeah, but I mean, I respect it.
Okay.
I respect it, and I just know what's not for me, and I'm not willing to lie to stay on camera for that person. So
he went and he was honest about that.
He was honest about it.
Okay, we can appreciate the honesty, and then you were able to make your choice.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. And I was honest with what I wanted, so he respects that as well.
Okay, so you went on this show for this person, or did you have other options?
Well,
you can't talk about it.
Yeah, you gotta watch the show.
Guys, tune into the show for sure.
BET.
BET. Hey, BET, we love you.
We love you, BET.
Gosh, the tea. I want the tea. This man went viral. Once again, this is his picture right now. You see it. This picture, this is his picture. This man went viral for being a beautiful specimen to the earth based on what God did with him.
Exactly.
When creating him. We are grateful.
Grateful.
Jesus.
Beautiful person.
Honestly.
And even more beautiful spirit.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Listen. Hi. How you doing? Okay. I got sidetracked. That's amazing though. I'm like just the career journey, the path. Like once again, this is someone that has moved from Mississippi to come to California to do all the things. So what's next? What's going on now?
Ooh, 2023. Let's take over the world.
What's the tea, friend?
Take over
what's
the
happening?
World. That's what's happening. So I'm starting a creative agency.
Ooh, yes. I love that. Okay. So and what does that mean? What does that mean?
With all of the different projects that I've created in my past, doing branding, event coordinating, everything that I've done, I want to put it under one umbrella.
Okay.
So I've decided to open my own creative agency, and I want to start working with other photographers. I want to start working with makeup artists, video production. I want to be the go-to spot for any person or brand that's looking to create their business.
Okay.
So I don't want them to have to look anywhere else. Like I literally house everything you need. The graphic designers, when you need a photo shoot done for your products, if you need models for anything in particular, I'm the one person to go to stop. So, and I want my clients not to have to worry about anything.
Right.
Just make money.
Right.
You know, just go make your money and let me handle all your branding. So,
okay,
that's what I'm working on as a creative agency.
I love. Okay, listen, I was trying not to go back to this, but I actually do want to go back to the show really quick, and then we'll go back because I just want to know. You're so gorgeous. You listen, everyone. If you don't know who Chanelle Renee is, then like, what are you doing? But what made you go on this show? I'm just curious.
Well, oh, honey, let's dig into that.
Ow.
So, with me being super busy, I decided I was going to be celibate, right? Okay, we go fast forward. I was celibate for a minute.
Nothing wrong.
Exactly, and I was like, I'm not going to worry about men.
Exactly.
I'm going to focus on myself.
It's a little scary,
and not date nobody. Yeah. So that's what happened. And then when I decided to get out of my celibacy, that's when the show hit me up, which was weird,
So they contacted
me.
BET. Okay, friend.
Right.
Okay, they contacted
me, and they was like, "Hey, we got this show. If you're single," and I'm like, "Well, I am actually think I'm ready to start."
Oh,
and that's how it happened.
Okay,
so,
yeah, because I was just like, wow, how did this even happen?
Yeah,
I still think it's amazing. Would you do it again?
Probably not.
No.
No.
Okay.
I mean, no regrets. No regrets. No regrets. But will I do the show again? I don't think so. But will I do another show? Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. You're amazing.
Mostly because this premise was a little bit different than I thought it would be.
Completely. And it's extremely you're being vulnerable.
But will I do
TV.
another type of show? Absolutely.
I'm sure.
I'll put myself out there.
You heard that. Mesh Talks.
I'll put
Chanelle
myself
Renee,
out there.
Coming soon. Okay, so I want to kind of like go back to your experience, or not your experience, but what's your take on love now after that experience?
That actually made me realize I'm ready to stay single.
Oh, wait a minute, is that a thing? Okay.
Because it's like, yes, I would love to find love, of course.
Okay.
We all want to be in a relationship. But where I am in my life right now, it's just this golden nugget opportunity for me to focus on me.
Okay.
And I'm in love with focusing on me right now.
Okay. So love is there.
Love is there. The option is there. But
right.
me focusing on my brand,
right.
focusing on this creative agency, focusing on everything that I have going on, I'm in love with that more than wanting to find a relationship.
Yeah. I hear you. I mean, honestly.
The relationship will come. I know it will.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It will come in the right time, right season. But that was very bold of you to do this on TV.
Yeah,
the man went viral. Like, can we put this picture up right here? The man went viral, okay? Like, we must, I'm sorry. That was a lot. I was like, is that my friend?
That's your friend. That was your friend.
That's the man. Okay.
That's the man.
Then a hot air balloon. I watched.
Yes, okay.
I watched. She went on a hot air balloon date with this man. This is the picture right here. That was amazing. Okay, so we've done TV. Now we're branching into this new project. It's officially launched, or what does that really look like?
Well, I'm actually making myself do it for sure.
Right?
Like I'm taking.
You've already spoke about it. It's on camera, so you have to do it now. At this point,
it's here
happening.
Now.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's gonna be here.
Coming
2023. Yes.
Yes.
And then also I am gonna get into acting as well because it's something I'm afraid to do.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just afraid of it. And I was like, if I'm afraid of it, I'm gonna do it.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. We're wrapping up, but I just want to talk about how long have you been in the industry? Just want to that number.
Maybe almost 15 years.
15 years,
but
right?
in the modeling industry, and then working behind the scenes. Yeah.
Okay. And what would you say what has that journey taught you?
It taught me to never be afraid of doing what you want to do.
Right.
To really just open up and just go for your own personal passions.
Right.
So I do a million different things, but that's because I'm not afraid to touch into all these little things.
Okay.
So I think a lot of times people feel like they need to stay in one particular lane and just that's it.
Right.
But how fun is that with life?
Right.
We only have this one chance to be here. So if there's something you want to do, I say go for it.
Do it.
Reach out for it. You never know.
I agree 100%. When we discuss this interview, we talked about like, what should we talk about? And I know that this woman is like many hats. And so she's like, well, what should I talk about? Everything.
Yeah, I'm like, what do we talk about? Because I do too many things.
Because there's so many of you that are out there that do all type of things that are in the creative field. And to be honest, I'm going to plug Mesh. Like that is what Mesh is all about, connecting people, being creative, networking, and not just sticking to one thing. There's so much that is involved with just the industry and building yourself and building your brand and being an entrepreneur, whatever, being creative. There's not one route. There's not one recipe. There's many recipes. Okay. So I just wanted to, kind of share that with our audience and get some, tips. Like the goal is to just like motivate, uplift, and enhance what we're doing now.
Absolutely.
And so I want to know my last question, and I'll leave you alone. But my last question is like, how do you stay motivated in this field? And you wear so many hats. Like, how do you keep it up?
Well, every morning when I wake up, I tell myself it's going to be a good day.
Right.
I think that alone will help me get motivated.
Okay.
To really just go forward and push myself.
So
to
manifesting, speaking it.
Yes, as soon as I wake up in the morning. Okay, so I think when I wake up in the morning, I think 3 things I'm grateful for.
Okay.
And it could be, I'm grateful for this great sleep. I'm grateful for my pillow. I'm grateful for the bed. It don't matter. I'm grateful for whatever.
Right.
But I feel like that helps you get motivated for your day.
Right.
So you can just go forth and just really conquer it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I love that. You're right. I think that is, extra, interventions. I'm speaking like from the, psychology aspect, but like those type of things we need to.
Do you have a psychology background too?
A little.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's why we went so deep.
Yes, I'm going deep. We are cutting through. I want to know all the
surface
tea.
level.
Because surface is what is that going to get us, right?
Yeah.
There are people that are watching that are looking to be motivated, uplifting, and we're saying that we are creating this safe space and environment. Then let's talk the reality of the scenario. Like, there's no point of talking surface because everyone's talking surface. Let's go deep. Let's talk about the vulnerable moments and the uncomfortable moments and how do we get through them. And you've done a thing, my friend. You've come from Mississippi to California, and look at you. I'm just like extremely proud. I'm just so happy to share this moment with you. We're wrapping it up, but you are just like a super inspiration. And I've seen you literally from your first day in California, essentially, for me, right? My first time seeing you to now. And I'm just like, is that my friend on TV? Is that BET? I'm like, whoa, wow, Chanelle. Okay. Like, I'm so impressed. I think that is just, that is what's important, is just like not giving up and being able to grow through the process. And you may start an actor now, but who knows? You may be a film director at the end, or a singer, or whatever the case. Like, don't give up on the industry or the goal. So
right, exactly.
You're amazing, friend. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be able to have this conversation with you on Mesh Talk. And that's what Mesh is all about, is bringing creatives together. We want to bring creatives together, uplift, motivate, and make sure that you guys like follow through with, these dreams that you have. If you have a dream, who says you can't do it?
Exactly.
Who says you can't do it?
Right.
Don't let the world stop you. So, guys, that's pretty much it with Chanelle Renee. Guys, I just really haven't seen her in a very long time. So it was just amazing to be able to like chop it up with you, and just like, you definitely have given me some very insightful tips, to just take on in my career path as well. So, I mean, and I've never had a one-on-one coaching session with you, so I was able to do that today. So
that was fun to do.
It was fun. It was very fun. Well, guys, that is the end of Mesh Talk with NickiiJean. If you guys have any creatives that you think would love to sit here, please definitely go on the website, meshclctv.com. Go under the tab Mesh Talk and submit your favorite creative, because we want to talk to them.
There is something in the air. Ooh, please just let me share. Something about the atmosphere, filled with love and so much care. A dozen roses, a heartfelt letter. There's so much love, there's nothing better. Butterflies in my stomach, I'm as light as a feather. No person I'd rather be with to stand the weather.